Hello student, good morning to all of you. Today we are discussed on the application of Kirchhoff's law. So before going to understood about the application of Kirchhoff's law like Wheatstone bridge and meter bridge, first we understood how to apply the Kirchhoff's law by this diagram. Okay, so student, we have this diagram in which the elements are arranged in the branch BC, E1 and R1, in the branch AD, R2, and in the branch EF, E2 and R3. Okay, so हमने समझा था in the last class when we applied the Kirchhoff's second rule or Kirchhoff rule. First we need to take the direction of our calculation. Suppose I am going to calculate the loop A B C D A in clockwise direction, and similarly or otherwise I am taking the calculation in loop A F E B D इन एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन. हम डिफरेंट लूप के लिए डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन का सिलेक्शन कर सकते हैं. ओके, नाउ फॉर दिस फर्स्ट वी हैव टू मेक द करंट ड्रॉइंग फ्रॉम द सेल बाय दीज करंट एलिमेंट आर और रजिस्टर्स. सपोज फ्रॉम E1 द करंट I1 is flowing from the positive terminal to the negative terminal. Okay, and it turned to here. Similarly from battery E2 current I2 is moving and then it traveling in the direction from E2 to A. When they reaches the point A, which is a junction point, both the current are moving here with 3. Now what is the value of current? So answer is I3 is equal to I1 plus I2. Okay, now when they reach at point D, so in the branch CD the current I1 is moving and in the branch DE current I2 is leaving this. Okay, these are the application of Kirchhoff's first rule. Okay, now we are going to apply the rule. The rule is in the loop A B C D A B C D A. Okay, so when we are going for this loop A B C D A, so our calculation direction is clockwise, which is opposite to the direction of current. Clear? Or otherwise we take the direction of current for your easy calculation. In this loop we are moving anti-clock direction, and in this loop we are moving clock. Clockwise direction. Okay, now for loop A B C D A, when we are moving from A, we are getting first this element, and we are moving from positive terminal to negative terminal, so EMF is positive, E1, and then opposite to the direction of current, that is minus I1 R1. Then we are moving in again opposite direction of current, that is minus I3 R2, and then we reached at point A, so it is equal to 0. तो ये हमारी पहली इक्वेशन बन जाएगी for the first loop. When we solve this, so we are getting I1 R1 plus I3 R2 equal to E1. This is our first equation. Now similarly, when we are moving in the loop A F E D A, in the loop A F E D A, so our calculation direction is like this. Okay, so when we are moving here, so we are getting first positive to negative terminal, और we turn back. यहाँ से उल्टा चलते हैं स्टूडेंट, क्योंकि हमारी कैलकुलेशन डायरेक्शन कैसी है, क्लॉकवाइज, तो हम इसे ऐसे कवर करेंगे. सो I3 R2 in the direction of current, then we are moving when in this branch E to F, again we have in the direction of current, therefore plus I2 R3, and then we are moving from negative terminal to the positive terminal, so value of the EMF is negative, that is minus E2 equal to 0. This is the equation for the second loop. On solving it, we get I2 R3 plus I3 R2 equal to E2. This is the second equation. Okay, this is how we apply the Kirchhoff's rule in the questions. So copy these. One application I will also show you that suppose we have a simple circuit in which a load resistance R and a battery is connected, which is a Ohm's law circuit. Suppose current I is start from here and we are using a clockwise direction, so current is moving across this and return back to the terminal. Okay, now when we apply the rule for this, again suppose we are using it from A, B, C, D and it is a V volt battery. Okay, therefore in loop A, B, C, D, A, we are getting, when we are moving in the direction of this, so we have IR, and when we return back, so it is negative terminal to positive terminal, and value of the potential is V, so it is negative, equal to 0. According to the Kirchhoff's second rule, the total EMF or total potential energy or total energy of a loop is equal to 0. That is, we get IR. This is the Ohm's law. Okay. Okay student, now the second topic is Wheatstone bridge. It is a very most important topic for numerical calculations. According to this principle or Wheatstone bridge, principle of Wheatstone bridge. Okay, according to the statement of Wheatstone bridge, if 4 resistors R1, R2, R3 and R4 are arranged across the side of a parallelogram, then the vertices A and C are connected with the current source, potential difference of battery of EMF V volt, and across the diagonal BD, a resistance R 5 of galvanometer is connected. Then if the ratio of R1 R2, R3, R4 are balanced, are equal, then the bridge is said to be at balance condition. So for this Wheatstone bridge, we have two conditions. First is balance condition. And second is unbalanced. Okay. Condition is if ratio of R1 upon R2 is equal to R3 upon R4, the bridge is said to be in balance condition. And second, if ratio of R1 upon R2 is not equal to R3 upon R4, then bridge is said to be unbalanced. For an example, suppose this R1 has value 2, this has value 6, and this has value 4, and this is 12. On solving, we get 2 upon 6 equal to 4 upon 12. After solving this, we are getting the result is 1 by 3 and 1 by 3. Then the bridge is said to be balanced. Okay, and if we are changing this value by 6, so in this case yes, so in this case one minute. Okay, so in this case this will change to 6. So we are getting ratio of R1 upon R2 2 by 6 and 6 by 12. So this will become 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 2, and you will find कि 1 by 3 is not equal to 1 by 2, so it is not equal. Therefore we said that the bridge is not balanced. Okay, so you have to write a condition if ratio R1 upon R2 equal to R3 upon R4, then bridge is balanced. Bridge is balanced. And when bridge is balanced, therefore in the branch BD, in the branch BD, no current is passing. BD, no current passed. Therefore R5 is not taking part, so R5 is ignored. ओके, इतना कॉपी कीजिए. This is called balancing condition of Wheatstone bridge. Okay, now we are going to prove the Wheatstone bridge. Okay, now for proving it, suppose that from this battery I current is flowing, and when it reaches at point A, the value of current is distributed in two parts. Okay, for branch A to B, I1, for branch A to D, I2, and when the current is reaches to point B, it will distribute in two parts. Here it is going as, in this branch it is in passes from the galvanometer G, so this current is Ig. So the current after distributing Ig at point B, moving to B to C as I1 minus Ig. Clear? Then after, the current when Ig is reached to point D and I2 also reaches to point D from A, therefore in the branch DC the current is I2 plus Ig. Okay, now here what happened with the current I? So I is distributed as, okay, let me understood about this after. When these two currents, one is I1 minus Ig and I2 plus Ig reaches at point C, so this will become current I. Now we understood about the distribution of current. The current I is distributed in I1 plus I2. This is your equation first. Okay. Next, the current reaches at point C. Current reached at C. तो हमारे पास ये दो करंट वहां पर पहुंच रही हैं, डेट इज I1 minus Ig, I1 minus Ig, and the direction of reaching at this is through C. That is, reaching को हमने क्या कहा था, पॉजिटिव लेंगे. So next current is I2 plus Ig, and the current I is leaving the junction, that is I. So this Ig is negative, this Ig is positive, so it will cancel. So we get I is equal to I1 plus I2. So after the current distribution in the loop, you have to identify the current in the branch or current which is drawn by the circuit from the battery is exactly same, which is leaving the junction and which is leaving the positive terminal and which is entering in the negative terminal. That is, now this I current is entering, जो कि हमारी निकली थी बैटरी से वही यहाँ पर एंटर कर रही है. तो ये हमारा फर्स्ट हो जाता है. एंड देन आफ्टर वी राइट दैट current is distributing according to first rule. Current is distributed according to first Kirchhoff rule. Okay, now for solving this we have two loops. One is A B D A and second is B D C B. Okay, now in the first loop A B D A. Okay, when we are go for this loop, we find that we are taking in the clockwise direction. Okay, on solving this we get I1 R1, then it is moving in this direction, so plus Ig R5, and when we reached at D, so we are moving opposite to the direction of current, that is minus I2 R3 equal to 0. Now this is equation. Okay, यहाँ पे हम एक कंडीशन अप्लाई करेंगे स्टूडेंट. इफ Ig equal to 0, because we are calculating the balancing condition for the bridge. Therefore Ig equal to 0. So we get I1 R1 equal to I2 R3. Therefore we calculated I1 upon I2 equal to R1 upon R3. This is equation first. Equation second. Okay. Now in the loop second, B C D B, B C D B. In this loop we are using the direction anti-clockwise. So when we are moving here, so Ig R5 in the direction of current, I2 plus Ig R4, and in this direction opposite to the current, minus I1 minus Ig R2, and we reached at point B, it is equal to 0. On solving this by using Ig equal to 0, we are getting I2 R4 and minus I1 R2 equal to 0. On solving this we get I2 R4 minus equal to I1 R2. Okay. Now by solving it we get I1 upon I2 equal to R4 upon R2. This is equation second. Third, on solving, on equating second and third, we get R1 upon R3 equal to R4 upon R2. For this diagram, this is the ratio of resistances R1 upon R3 equal to R4 upon R2. Okay, copy this. This is how we apply the Wheatstone bridge. Thank you.